arrange a workshop on blockchain. Obviously, everyone by now would have heard about blockchain. In any case, it was 2017 or 18 beginning when blockchain was typically at a height, when Bitcoin had reached about $70,000, and that was the time when people started mostly knowing about blockchain, what blockchain is, what not blockchain is, but what Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies are, how to invest in them. Something called initial coin offerings started to pop up everywhere. Many of them turned out to be scams later on. Then gradually, 2018 end, the time came when RBI had a crackdown on cryptocurrencies. You cannot use your financial accounts or any financial product to interact with cryptocurrencies. People got their credit cards blocked. So I had bought Bitcoins using my credit card on a particular website. Axis Bank blocked my credit card. Just specifying the reason that once it was used for a Bitcoin transaction. So this was the current scenario that people faced in India regarding blockchain. One thing that is very misunderstood is that blockchain is Bitcoin. Blockchain is cryptocurrency. Okay, a question. How many actually know about what blockchain is? Any idea about what blockchain as a technology is? We were better in 2017 when I was in America. Who at least know about Bitcoins? Bitcoins is know about, right? So Bitcoin is an implementation of blockchain. Cryptocurrency entirely is an implementation of the underlying blockchain technology. It's pretty much different. Okay. So in 2008, when Satoshi Nakamoto started he did this first transaction between Al Finney and I guess Satoshi himself. They did their first Bitcoin transaction 2008 or 2009 January. So that was the first implementation of the technology called blockchain. People didn't see blockchain before that. Previously, digital currencies they were like digicash or something was there, and it was not that protected. It was not that anonymous. So basically, why Bitcoin caught up so much of paraphernalia is because Bitcoin was very anonymous. So what people initially, it was very cheap, 30 cents, rupees, some paise for even 10 Bitcoins maybe. But one thing that Bitcoin originally gave you was that you could even order murder weapons using Bitcoin. You could even ask someone to kill someone using Bitcoins, and people would never know that you were the one who murdered a particular person. This was the depth at which Bitcoin went, especially over the dark web. That is why Bitcoin was used a lot. People use for such drugs. People use it for such transfers between peer-to-peer transfers. Later on, Bitcoin formalized a bit, but the original core technology of being anonymous was always there. It is still there now, and that is why people use Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other different currencies. But anyways, financial institutions are not very happy when you are using Bitcoin, because that is when you do not pay taxes to them. You don't pay taxes to the government because Bitcoin is anonymous. I send you one Bitcoin. I don't need to tell government. Government is never going to know that it was Abhishek who sent it to someone, right? So then that transaction cannot be attributed to me. You cannot demand for tax from me. That is why RBI had a crackdown. People who were dealing in cryptocurrencies even went to jails. This was how deep it was. Someone very close to me, this is a real life anecdote, someone very close to me is currently in Yerwada, in Pune. He came to there as well. So this is the depth at which Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies went. And this is the kind of crackdown that RBI had on such cryptocurrencies. The government had. On March 29, we have a Supreme Court hearing. The same person is also involved in that. And that is, I guess, on 29 is the last date, I guess, when government has given, Supreme Court has given the government the last date to decide on the state of cryptocurrencies in this country. But anyways, currently Bitcoin is at $3,800 or so. Investing in Bitcoin should be done at your own risk as an introduction. And so this is the current scenario that is going in this country, at least. So basically the concept behind this workshop was to make it, see, 1 hour, we'll hardly be doing this for 1 hour. I know, even when we were students, we didn't sit longer than 1 hour, 50 minutes or so. So when I usually take these workshops, they are actually 2 full days packed workshops with practicals and all. Still, the content behind blockchain is way more than I'm able to cover in those 12 hours over 2 days. 1 hour is not going to give you anything. So, but we will try to cover as much as possible. Give you an introduction what blockchain is apart from cryptocurrencies, because till now everyone in the last since the time I've been into blockchain, everyone I have met and talked about blockchain, they primarily knew only about Bitcoin. It is not that. Okay. So the main purpose is to discuss and tell you whether is blockchain the next big thing. When 2013 I was in Amity, data science as a field was coming up a lot. Gradually over 14 and 15, data science became a field that garners the highest paid salaries. It was over 16, 17, the data I saw last, that a data scientist was paid the most. Current statistics, data science is blockchain engineers are at par with that. If you check out news, someone got hired for almost 4 crores a year. I guess in India itself, that's what a blockchain engineer or maybe a blockchain product manager is earning right now. So obviously this is more than anything that we would have thought of when we are just giving out computers examinations and just sitting for normal companies that take us, right? So let's see if blockchain after this course, after this session, blockchain turns out to be the next big thing for you. For me, yes, definitely. Alright, so that's what my purpose today is. After this 1 hour of session, at least 80-90% of you, that would be my success ratio, should feel convinced that yes, blockchain is a career path I should take. I missed the original when I was in my 4th year. There's a personal anecdote. When I was in my 4th year, I missed that opportunity when blockchain had cropped up, very new, very fresh. At that time, I did get into blockchain. Maybe if I would have gotten into blockchain as everyone else did, I would have maybe gotten into Bitcoin as well, and maybe then I would have invested into it as well. So both the areas I missed the opportunity, but I ended after graduating from Amity. It was late, but still pretty early for when the entire world was concerned. So definitely. I guess you were from third year, third year, right? Perfect situation which I would have got. I would have definitely should have worked on it. I didn't do. So this is a perfect situation when I guess you should think about getting into blockchain. I mean, you're learning a lot of stuff. Maybe some people are figuring out what to do. Some people are going for software engineering across companies like Tech Mahindra and all. I also do as well. Those are pretty standard roles. Personal experience, I shouldn't be saying it here in Amity, but personal experiences, you should explore more. Not what the entire, not what everyone is. It's not going to end you up with a lot of experience in your life. Maybe down the line. Believe me, 1-2 years down the line, everything that counts is experience, and that is what still I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to gather more and more experience. So this helps. Starting as early as possible in college is the perfect time. I missed some of it. I started in data science. I just got that. I started as a junior data scientist. That was fine. But blockchain I caught up late. I think at the end of 1 hour today, it should be a perfect area to discover for you, to explore more for you. So yeah, so that's what we will look at, whether blockchain is a career choice or not. Alright, who am I to say that? So that's the basic introduction. I was 17 passed out from here, computer science. I have co-founded 2 startups. One was when I was in my 3rd year in college, here itself. Most of our office was HV 327, and that was a media company. It was a media private limited. We grew, we picked up funding as well. We shut it down later, 10 months later. Then I have currently co-founded and I'm the chief product officer there at Insilo Ventures. This is a blockchain-based startup. And apart from that, in my 1st year, I published one book on IT, and now currently I'm coming out with Secure Chains. Should be published by Asia's biggest publisher BBB. The same guys who publish Yashwant Khatkar, Let us C and Let us C++, which you all have said. And yeah, so I'm currently advisor with a lot of startups here, and all are blockchain based. And believe me, this is the best experience I've had till now. During college, after college, this helps. This really helps. Alright, now technicals. So, okay. So, blockchain is set out on a technology called the distributed ledger technology. What is DLT? DLT is, so for example, if I am sending you 100 rupees, I'll tell Axis Bank, debit 100 rupees from my account, give it to your account, right? And you're not an actual transfer of money, but credit your account with 100 rupees, right? On paper, on the digital records. What happens? So that ledger, where does that Axis Bank's ledger is? Where is that placed? That's placed on Axis Bank's servers, right? Centralized Axis Bank servers. That's it. What happens if Axis Bank goes rogue? Axis Bank one fine day decides कि अभिषेक ने 1000 रुपए दिए थे, ये मुझे पता है. किसी थर्ड पार्टी, ये तुम दोनों को पता है, थर्ड पार्टी को नहीं पता है. आज अगर मैं इस चीज को भूल जाता हूँ, 1000 रुपए अभिषेक के ये ट्रांसफर जो हुआ था लेजर से हटा देता हूँ, किसको पता है? आप लड़ते रह जाओगे, अभिषेक की फाइटिंग कि 1000 रुपए दिए थे, मैंने कहाँ गए? So this is okay. We know that Axis Bank has enough name to not do that, but then again, the essence is we are trusting on a single third-party entity. That's a single entity, right? Axis Bank एक है, Shiva Sharma, right? That's it. CEO उसको हो सकता है, decide करे, board decide करे, can do anything. We are not talking about more than one entity who can even check on what's happening and what's not happening, right? So basically, how decentralization? So why do we need decentralization? So this one started when people started figuring out that centralization is pathetic. Centralization means keeping all your data into one person's hand, keeping all your faith into one person's hand, one entity's hand, one corporation's hand, whatever it is, one entity, right? And you cannot trust that forever, for the next 100 years, that particular entity will be truthful and will do what you're expecting it to do, right? It will do. You never know. You cannot have a guarantee. That is why people came out with decentralization. Decentralization is that when I just give that capability that Axis Bank has right now to maybe 10 different people. So now can you understand that now this is a classic situation when Axis Bank will not be able to do anything if it wants to do something with 1,000 rupees, right? So this is what decentralization is, because 10 other people apart from Axis Bank will be noting it down that Abhishek gave 1,000 rupees to so and so person. Now you cannot go about and convince 10 different people कि भूल जाते हैं अभिषेक ने पैसे दिए, right? This is not possible. This is not logical, right? That is what decentralization is, and that is we are currently living in pretty much centralization. Axis Banks, all banks, all financial institutions, Google. Obviously, we know Google is not going to go rogue, but that is the feeling we have. But ultimately, आज अगर Sanjay and Larry decide, and then board decide, and हो जाता है. Google stops caring about their business. They start caring about how to do some shit with the other people who are our customers. They can do that. But when that same data is on centralized servers, decentralized servers, then you cannot do anything with that, right? So that is what decentralization is. People are, so Web 2.0 was when we got, as far as I remember, Web 2.0 was when we got hypertext. When hypertext was got on the original Tim Berners-Lee layer that was originally created back in 1990s. So hypertext changed a lot. HTTP changed a lot. That was Web 2.0 because you started dealing in multimedia. That is how the internet evolved. That is how people evolved their businesses based on that. This is a big wave. Why is Google surviving right now? Because we are transacting in hypertext, right? But transacting in media, hypermedia, multimedia, right? That was a change. This thing, people are dubbing this change in decentralization to decentralization as the Web 3.0, because this has crazy potential to change the entire paradigm. This has crazy potential to make businesses change their entire course. This has the potential to create new businesses, and if time permits, we'll see what kind of businesses are using blockchain as a core platform for them. So that's why we basically need decentralization, what decentralization is, and why this is potentially being dubbed as Web 3.0. Any questions? Some questions? Which questions? On blockchain, DLT, anything? Clear? Okay. So basically, blockchain. So this is a very famous book, Blueprint for a New Technology, for a New Economy. This is a blockchain book, and so in that book I read, and it's beautifully specified why blockchain has the capability to become a to act as a blueprint for a completely new kind of economy. Just think. So basically, when you're sending, even if you're using Paytm, there's still a lot of friction. It's easy. It's easier than sending you RTGS or NEFT or Axis Bank. But it is still a centralized server. It's still a centralized medium, And when we are transacting on blockchain, there's features such as anonymity. Obviously, you want to do anything with your money, you don't want people to know that you did that, right? This is standard case. Then you want cross-border payments. So when we usually get payments from outside, from any of the foreign countries, we go down a lot of a big cut from there. So that's not what we are expecting to be paid, because that was not what initial conversion was. So for example, in euros, INR, whatever it is, we get a lot of cut down from the original payment. This is one problem. These are real life problems. If you are running a business, these are real life problems. अगर 2,500 रुपए का ट्रांसफर होने हैं और आपके पास से 2,10,000 आ रहे हैं, वो 40,000 में किसी को सैलरी देकर 1 महीना रख सकते हैं. That is a very big problem actually for people who are using these technologies for their day-to-day living, their bread and butter, right? That is where blockchain plays a very big role. Secondly, okay, so people have started doing it. In India also, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are facing a lot of trouble. But as blockchain as a technology, people like institutions like SBI started with something called a bank chain. Right now, I guess there are more than 50 banks as part of banks in Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, Barclays from the outside. A lot of banks are part of it. So what they have done is, I don't have time to discuss all the types of blockchain we have, but so Bitcoin is a public blockchain. Okay, Bitcoin is a public blockchain. You can go on Bitcoin and you can on the Bitcoin blockchain. If time permits, I'll show you what the Bitcoin blockchain looks like, right? So what happens is that when SBI and everyone else started with that bank chain, so they created another kind of blockchain called a permission blockchain. On a permission blockchain, मैं इसलिए जस्ट उठा के जाके नहीं देख सकता हूँ कि SBI एंड येस बैंक आपस में क्या ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहे हैं या आपस में क्या उनका बिजनेस कॉल्स क्या है, लॉजिक क्या है. आई कैन नॉट सी एनीथिंग. दैट्स पॉसिबल ऑन पब्लिक ब्लॉकचेन लाइक इथेरियम और बिटकॉइन. So that is what people like SBI are doing, because this is sensitive data. Now blockchain is public, but you cannot then use blockchain for any kind of situation that arises, right? So then there's another thing called a private blockchain. What private blockchain is that? So it's basically like a central server. There's not a lot of use there, but when you use a private blockchain, just you are able to see what's happening on the blockchain. So kind of like this is not of a lot of use because blockchain is all about public, being public. But yeah, people use these are the 3 types of blockchains that we have: public, private, and permission. So yeah, so when people in India create a new economy with the banks, with the government. So this is what blockchain, they are implementing blockchain in agriculture, finance, credits, warehouse receipts, medical. Okay, so these are the basic areas that generally blockchain is created. Okay, in a company where can we use, or maybe in a college where can we, so we had a product called Access Ledger. When we pitched that to universities, what I did was that how do you use blockchain in a university or maybe in a company? All your certificates. So I still haven't taken my 7th and 8th mark sheets from madrasa. So when you're using a blockchain internally in your university, that is where you can use a permission blockchain. So anyone else from your friend from any other college will not be able to access your documents. No one would be able to. But the university can issue the documents on blockchain. One very big benefit would be you won't have to run from places to places. Next benefit would be the blockchain. So the basic criteria of blockchain is that whenever something goes into blockchain on a particular blockchain, it never gets deleted. Okay, so you would have known that anything that goes on a blockchain never gets deleted. It's always there. You cannot remove something that has already been inserted on a blockchain, right? Already been fed to a blockchain. So that is a proof. That is a very big proof that something happened in life, right? Somewhere something happened. So whenever your certificate, your marksheets are deployed on a blockchain, they will be with you forever. चाहे हार्ड कॉपी कहीं भी चले जाए, चाहे मेल पे सॉफ्ट कॉपी चले जाए, blockchain is never going to go. It's a public blockchain, right? So this is one use case where people can use blockchain. Purchase order example is people create a lot of purchase orders in the company. When we create a purchase order, we could be like asking for 10 different resources, and someone from my own company could choose to mess up with those purchase orders, can choose to be little and maybe talk to the vendor that very same problem कि कंपनी ने तो इस चीज के लिए बजट रखा है 1 लाख का, मैं आपको कम में दे रहा हूँ, आप बिल ऐसे काटो, परचेज ऑर्डर में ऐसे बताओ कि पूरे पैसे क्या है, बाकी हम देख लेंगे. This is a classic problem that blockchain solves. It does for a lot of companies now. So whenever you're putting a purchase order on blockchain, everyone forever in life, whoever employee card goes and will know what purchase order was generated, what the value was, what the transaction was, everything is there. Right? That's basics of what blockchain can do, what potential blockchain has, and some of it cannot directly relate to you because you're in third year right now. But believe me, if you're planning to change your career path into something as a blockchain engineer, obviously these are the solutions you'll be building. If we need a purchase order solution, we'll be coming to you, right? So that is why this is important for you.
So, how it issues the data safety?
Pardon?
How it issues the data safety?
Data safety. So data safety comes when exactly now you never store your passwords or your very secure credentials on the blockchain, right? You don't do that because that is not what blockchain is for. Because blockchains, there are really three-fold characteristics of a blockchain. One is, the first characteristic is transparency. So definitely, transparency is something that is not at all going with privacy, right? So that is why that is one characteristic. So you cannot store very secure credentials on blockchain, right? Why you use blockchain is to make sure that your privacy is not hindered. It's not a password manager for you. I hope you understand. So that's why data privacy is not there. Okay? But how? In one context, how it can still ensure data privacy is that by being anonymous. It is transparent, but it is anonymous. Anonymous is again a very big core characteristic what blockchain actually has, right? So that is how it ensures privacy, because no one is able to know that this is the transaction done by this particular guy. So then again, people cannot attribute that transaction to you. This is how blockchain gives you privacy in terms of anonymity, not in terms of a password manager, right? Okay. Any other questions till now? Any other from the core concepts? Transparency, privacy. Okay. Some quick some technical stuff. So how now? Okay. So in terms of in Axis Bank's place, Axis Bank has a system of its own to ensure that everyone is on the same board. Every employee is on the same board, every customer is on the same board, so people are on the same page, right? In a distributed world, this is what we call it. So distributed world is when that same capability is given to a lot of people to manage. That same ledger, that same transaction copy keeping. So when that happens, how do we ensure that everyone thinks कि अभिषेक ने 1000 रुपए दिया था ये सही है? How do we ensure that? क्योंकि यार 10-15 में तो झगड़े होती है, so how will we ensure कि 10 के 10 बंदे at least more than 51% people say कि this transaction हुआ था, Abhishek is a very genuine seller, this particular guy is a genuine buyer, this transaction happened, and we note it down and we'll continue the blockchain system. How does it happen? So we have some mechanisms for that. These are called consensus mechanisms because obviously I think what is self-explanatory. Consensus is arriving at a consensus amongst all the stakeholders that yes, this particular thing is right. A quick overview on the tech stuff. There are a few consensus mechanisms. One, Bitcoin. What Bitcoin runs on? Bitcoin works on a mechanism called proof of work. What proof of work is basically, so it's pretty lame stuff. Technically speaking, after 10 years down the line, when you're seeing blockchain, technically speaking, proof of work is pretty lame stuff because what you do is now I cannot mine Bitcoin. So do you have the idea of mining Bitcoins, mining cryptocurrencies? Does anyone have heard about it? What mining means, right? So if you know now, I cannot mine cryptocurrencies from this bank, right? I can mine some cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is part of it, right? For Bitcoins, so okay, let's go one by one. So see, there's a lot of data here in blockchain. That is why we cannot connect all the pieces, but I hope that you will still be able to connect these ones. So when mining happens, mining is like people deploy their resources to tell you that we did that work. That is proof of work. Proof that I did work to ensure that I gave you the perfect copy keeping situation platform, so that you would understand that yes, what I am doing is right. So that is what mining is. So basically, mining for people, mining mining करके भी earn Bitcoin. Mining का purpose थोड़ी Bitcoin करना है. Basically, blockchain network के लिए तो Bitcoin का mining is कि we keep the network safe and going and growing. and strength, with strength, will provide strength to that network, right? So when you mine Bitcoin, you deploy your computing resources. When you mine any cryptocurrency, based on proof of work, you deploy your electricity from your laptop, your processing power from your laptop, and you wait to solve a particular cryptographic problem, right? Okay, so that cryptographic problem is just finding out random. It's totally trial and error. मुझे एक string दिया गया है. I've been given a string that is encrypted. What you do is you do trial and error. अब खुद के बाद जब trial and error करते हो and कि कोई एक वैल्यू फिट हो जाए जिससे मेरा so do you people have an understanding of cryptographic protocols like SHA, MD5 यार MD5 तो torrent डाउनलोड करके भी देखा होगा ना MD5 हैश checksum तो पढ़ा भी होगा अभी तो पढ़ा होगा फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर में so these are the same cryptographic protocols that blockchain uses as well. So what SHA does is SHA you cannot decrypt, you can only encrypt and then you can again encrypt another value and see whether the final variables, the final strings match or not. You cannot go back from that. You cannot take a string and decrypt to find the original value. नहीं होता है. So this is when in proof of work, people use the computers to process that information, randomly do trial and error and find that value which will ultimately give that string which the blockchain, the particular block already has. Once that, now one person is not doing this. There may be 10 different people who are doing this. The first one to get that value becomes the miner for that particular block. If block gets accepted, that gets added to the blockchain. That's why it's a chain, blockchain, chain of blocks. That's why it's called a blockchain. Gets attached to the Bitcoin blockchain. In return, because मैंने अपनी electricity खर्च किया था, मैंने सब कुछ किया. In return, I get Bitcoins. Currently, the value in the rate is 12.5 Bitcoins you get after mining one block. आज से कुछ टाइम पहले teacher said that it was 25 Bitcoins. Sometime later, it would come down to 6.25 Bitcoins. So this is how people earn, and this is the basic reason why people actually give the resources to mining. Okay, so it is in the paper. So people mine the cryptocurrencies. In return, they get the cryptocurrencies which they can invest or they can sell or they can do whatever they want. Secondly, in return to the network gets strengthened. The network gets strengthened based on the fact that people have used work to show that this particular transaction between Abhishek and a particular guy was recorded properly. This is proof of work. This is what Bitcoin works on. This is what Ethereum works on. Ethereum is also looking into a solution called proof of stake. This is another consensus mechanism where so if there are 10 different miners in a particular ecosystem, the core concept in proof of stake is that I hold 10 Ethereum, you hold 8 Ethereum. Obviously, I have more say in the network than you would because I hold more number of Ethereum. I'm more invested in that particular ecosystem. That is how proof of stake works. In short, proof of stake is pretty long. Proof of work is longer. I can show you like this. These things can be shown. These are very technical stuff. Then there are more mining algorithms, more consensus mechanisms like proof of delegated proof of stake, where you create some, where you elect this like a government or something, where you elect some people who then perform that mining, and in return you get the cryptocurrency in return just because you elected them. Then you must have read some algorithms like presently general problem in comparison to the traveling salesman problem. Is like which is there. So these are few consensus mechanisms that people use to arrive at a consensus when a distributed world is discussed. So ये सोल्यूशन से रिलेटेबल नहीं लग रहा होगा क्योंकि अभी हमें इसको करना ही नहीं पड़ता नहीं. अभी हम ट्रस्ट करते हैं गूगल पे, अभी हम ट्रस्ट करते हैं एक्सिस बैंक पे, जो कर रहा करो. मैंने ट्रांजैक्शन किया, मुझे हेडेक ही नहीं आगे क्या होगा. But when you are dealing with, instead of a single entity, when you are dealing with 10 different entities, you have to arrive at a conclusion. Otherwise, obviously, people, if they don't arrive at a conclusion, then your blockchain won't be mine, right? Your blocks won't be mine. Okay, just as a concept, so blockchain is chain of blocks. ऐसे हर एक ब्लॉक पे इतना ही मेहनत लगता है. Bitcoin पे nowadays you can mine Bitcoin with your own laptop or any such system. Such there are specifically ASIC systems called application specific integrated circuits. They are ASIC systems. They are specifically designed for you to mine Bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies. जिसके लिए जो system designed हो, and that is what you use. And whenever you mine a particular block, it gets added to the Bitcoin blockchain. बाकी जो miners हैं जिनको नहीं मिला, कुछ जो नहीं निकाल पाए थे सबसे पहले वो random value, they ultimately move on to the next block. What are blocks? ब्लॉक्स आर जस्ट कलेक्शन ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन. जैसे मेरा 1000 रुपये वाला ट्रांजैक्शन था, ऐसे 10 और ट्रांजैक्शन होंगे. There's no such limit कि किस टाइप के ट्रांजैक्शन जिसमें आएंगे. मेरा 1000 का ट्रांजैक्शन हो सकता है, आपका 10 रुपये का ट्रांजैक्शन हो सकता है. टोटल मिला के किसी एक ब्लॉक में ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 100 ट्रांजैक्शन. किसी एक ब्लॉक में 100 ट्रांजैक्शन वर्थ 10,000 रुपीज और मे बी 10 बिटकॉइंस. और ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि किसी में ट्रांजैक्शन बहुत सारे हो गए, छोटे छोटे ट्रांजैक्शन हो गए. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मे बी 5,000 राइट. माइनिंग इसका फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि माइन होने में कितना टाइम लगेगा, क्योंकि माइन होने के लिए जो प्रॉब्लम है, तो अगर एक प्रॉब्लम हम सॉल्व करते हैं दैट इज सेम. उसकी डिफिकल्टी इंक्रीज होते रहती है जैसे जैसे नेटवर्क बढ़ता है, क्योंकि अदरवाइज इजीली लोग फाइंड करने की फाइनल.
Particularly talking about the Bitcoin, in the past years there was a recent variation in the price of the Bitcoin.
Right.
What is the reason for this?
Okay, so Bitcoin is again an entity that has an underlying asset, right? आज जैसे कि for example, okay, so Indigo shares are plain equity shares, but yesterday Indigo shares maybe jumped to 1422. Why? Crude, कहीं ना कहीं crude oil जो है उसका प्राइस कुछ पैसे घटा, कुछ सेंस घटा. This is so crude oil becomes an underlying asset for a kind of stock which Indigo is, because Indigo का business directly relate करता है. So, but Bitcoin में ऐसा नहीं है. Bitcoin, that is why people started calling cryptocurrencies money out of thin air. कहीं से भी आप ऐसे करके पैसा निकाल ले रहे हो और आप उसको बेच रहे हो. So, technically देखा जाए तो when Bitcoin mining was easy, you could have bought maybe 10 Bitcoins for 10 rupees, 1 rupee per Bitcoin. बीच में 2017 के 16-17 December 2017, Bitcoin was I think 19 lakh Indian rupees. 19 लाख रुपए का Bitcoin. Think about people who had invested when Bitcoin was 1 rupee or 10 rupees or 20 rupees. यार 20 rupees और 19 लाख में तो बड़ा डिफरेंस है. एक भी बिटकॉइन होगा आपके 20 रुपए 19 लाख बन गए. सोच सकते हो. So that is humongous. But exactly now कभी शेयर मार्केट में you wouldn't have seen such a jump. Never. इतना क्या इसका 1% भी नहीं होता. बिलीव नहीं होता. कुछ शेयर बहुत हाई प्राइस होते हैं. हमारे शेयर 56,000 वो बढ़ के 57,000 होता है. 2 लाख थोड़ी हो जाएगा आपका. Right? So Bitcoin has no underlying asset, right? So when Bitcoin, तो Bitcoin दो ही चीजें से बढ़ सकती है. इंडिगो का प्राइस दो चीज से घट सकता है. एक है कि क्रूड ऑयल का प्राइस, दूसरा क्या है भाई सप्लाई डिमांड, प्लेन इकोनॉमिक्स, राइट? बिटकॉइन में उस टाइम पे सप्लाई इतना बढ़ गया, डिमांड इतना बढ़ गया था कि प्राइस हिट करता गया. लोग ना पीपल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग यार लोगों ने 20 रुपए में भी बिटकॉइन खरीद रखे हैं, उनका बाद 5,000 रुपए हो गया. फिर किसी ने सोचा कि यार अभी खरीद लेता हूँ तो ज्यादा होगा. ऐसे डिमांड बढ़ते इट बिकेम दैट. बट ये चीज बिना अंडरलाइन एसेट के कब तक टिकेगा? दैट जस्ट वेंट डाउन 19 लाख से 14 लाख, 14 लाख से 10 लाख, 10 लाख से अभी 9-10 चल रहा है. $3,800 चल रहा है आजकल. तो मैंने भी देखना मत कर. People are still very focused on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. JP Morgan, the CEO of JP Morgan, once वो उसी टाइम पे JP Morgan, the CEO said कि Bitcoin does not have a future. Within 2018, that will vanish away. 2018 में he changed that totally, flipped. He said Bitcoin is everything. By 2019 or 20, I don't know what year he said. सीधे flip कर गया. Bitcoin will reach $1 million. So people are very crazy about it because people have seen crazy returns. People have seen crazy losses as well, right? So yeah, your question, Bitcoin sudden fall इसलिए क्योंकि कोई पीछे अंडरलाइंग एसेट नहीं था. क्रूड ऑयल, गोल्ड प्राइस कुछ भी तो नहीं था ना. सप्लाई डिमांड था. जहां लोगों को पता चला कि यार 19 लाख पे तो सस्टेन कर ही नहीं सकते, लोग बेचने लगे. किसी के मान लो वो है someone studies the news that Bitcoin is going to go down again, hype again, problem. Bitcoin starts falling down. That's how it fluctuates. That is why it's not an investable entity as such. You can experience crazy returns, you can experience crazy losses. Right?
So it is said that cryptocurrency is
Yeah.
So why you invest in a few things already as a
Why what?
Why you want to invest in a few things already as a is being very
Right. So, very good question. So what he asked is, if it was not audible, what he asked is कि जब correct me if I'm not right. What you asked was that if Supreme Court, such an institution like Supreme Court is deciding on the fate of a particular product in the country, why would people be interested in investing it? And what happens if Supreme Court on March 29 says कि चलेगा ही नहीं देश में cryptocurrency? आपका बैकअप प्लान क्या होगा, right? Was this your question? Okay, very good question, brilliant question. So जब आपने बिटकॉइन में इन्वेस्ट किया था, जब वो मे बी 200 रुपए का था या 3000 रुपए का था या 30,000 रुपए का था, बहुत डिफरेंस है, 30,000 का था, उस टाइम में भी तो रेगुलेटेड नहीं था बिटकॉइन, ट्रेड तो उस टाइम में भी आपको नहीं पता था, बट पैसा यही है, पैसा ऐसी चीज है, जब लोगों को दिखता है पोटेंशियल, वो ये सोचते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट अलाउ करेगी कि नहीं करेगी, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाई दे स्टार्ट इन्वेस्टिंग. ये आज की बात नहीं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज डिसाइडिंग ऑन दी फेट ऑफ, इट वाज July 7 July 2018 व्हेन फर्स्ट RBI सर्कुलर केम. RBI सर्कुलर स्ट्रेट अवे सेड बिटकॉइन रखना इलीगल नहीं है. इस देश में किसी फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन के थ्रू बिटकॉइन से रिलेटेड या किसी क्रिप्टोकरेंसी से रिलेटेड ट्रांजैक्शन करना वो इलीगल है, स्ट्रेट अवे इलीगल. दैट इज लाइक कभी एक टाइम पे मैंने 2017 में क्रेडिट कार्ड यूज करके मे बी फ्यू ऑफ द टाइम आई यूज्ड टू बाय बिटकॉइन ऑन अ पर्टिकुलर एक्सचेंज. आज से उसके एक साल बाद एक्सिस बैंक ने मेरा क्रेडिट कार्ड ब्लॉक कर दिया. दैट इज रॉन्ग, बट अगेन दैट वाज व्हाट आरबीआई सेड. सो टेक्निकली आरबीआई ने आज से एक साल पहले ही बोल दिया था ऑलमोस्ट कि मत यूज करो, ठीक है. ऑल्सो अ रीजन वाई उस टाइम पे बिटकॉइन का प्राइस गिरा, क्योंकि पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एक्जैक्टली आरबीआई सेज. एवरीवन इज नॉट अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, राइट? पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इट. हाइप बन जाती है. It's all hype, right? So when people got that circular, people thought कि Bitcoin रखना illegal. उस चक्कर में a lot of people sold their Bitcoin, sold their other cryptocurrencies, right? Later on people clarified कि यार ये तो बेचूंगी थी. ऐसा तो RBI ने खुद भी नहीं लिखा है. Bitcoin होल्ड करने से थोड़ी ले जाता है. But यार these are people we are talking about. These are humans we are talking about. They are pretty down human values. They cannot risk the life here.
You said that transaction is illegal.
Via any financial institution in the country, which pretty much means that it's illegal.
So how am I going to convert my cryptocurrency?
That is what the government doesn't want you to do. As a citizen of the country, that is what government wants. Government does not want you to hold cryptocurrencies, क्योंकि फिर आप टैक्स नहीं भरोगे. आज अगर
that means it's illegal.
वही है ना, तो your perspective is exactly that is where people play with
Why
money.
do you want a law-abiding citizen to hold something which has been banned by the government?
Exactly. Government doesn't want you to hold that. That is
So
it.
what you have to transact in the Bitcoin, right?
Exactly.
So what is the use of keeping a Bitcoin which I cannot transact? Cannot gain?
Okay, tell me one thing. So, do we follow taxes? अच्छा, आप लोगों ने कभी तक काम करना शुरू नहीं किया है. I am pretty sure a lot of students from here itself go home, ask your parents, ask your dad, does he file ITR? You know what ITR is, right? Income tax return every year, March, you need to file. Abhi khatam ho raha hai time. I just filed mine 15 days back. So, basically, go home, ask your parents whether they file their ITR or not. Okay, so this is a very general case. When I passed out of college and it was my first year of a job, that was when I was filing my first ITR. My colleague, who was 7 years more experienced than me, that year he was also filing his first ITR. आपने लास्ट 6 साल क्या किया? लास्ट 6 साल के इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न कहाँ भरा? किसको दिखाया? गवर्नमेंट को आपने दिखाया नहीं कि आप पैसे कमा रहे हो. That's a crime, right? But people are doing that.
So it doesn't make it legal.
So that doesn't make it
If
legal.
someone caught, if government caught you tomorrow, that you haven't been filed your ITR.
बिल्कुल. स्क्रूटिनी क्या होता है? Exactly. ITR scrutiny क्या होता है? So what ITR scrutiny is that 3 to 5% of people, citizens of the country, get under the scrutiny window of the city, right? Of the income tax department. So उनको भी तो सुना है, right? So technically, in fact, no one anymore advocates. So see, what did I tell you when I first started this? Blockchain is not cryptocurrency. In fact, believe me, when we are doing a business in this field, the biggest problem we face is that people only understand blockchain मतलब Bitcoin. न्यूज में भी यही देखा है, हर जगह यही देखा है. ब्लॉकचेन को पता ही तब चला यार जब बिटकॉइन का प्राइस बढ़ गया था. तो आपको हमेशा लाइफ लॉन्ग यू ऑलवेज नो कि ब्लॉकचेन मतलब बिटकॉइन. दैट इज व्हाट वी आल्सो एडवोकेट. यार ब्लॉकचेन टोटली अलग है. When जब देश में one scenario is that RBI is taking out circulars that it is illegal to transact cryptocurrency. Supreme Court is doing a hearing. On the other hand, Modi is trying to make you understand use blockchain as a technology in the country. Listen to speeches where Modi has mentioned that we plan as a government to induce blockchain into agriculture, finance, healthcare, medical, everywhere. So when Modi is telling that, Modi is not advocating you to hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin के तो जिक्र ही नहीं आ रहा. That is you who have thought कि यार blockchain बोल रहा है मोदी मतलब कि Bitcoin की बात कर रहा है, मैं Bitcoin होल्ड करूंगा, लेकिन RBI ने मना किया, परेशान हो गया. मोदी ने तो ये कभी बोला ही नहीं, right? So that is the whole point. Even we don't advocate you to. In fact, I would personally suggest you. This is not an investment advice. I would personally suggest you. Right now, hype खत्म हो गया है. Right now, find a good equity share to invest in. Do not invest in blockchain, in Bitcoin, or Ethereum, or any other cryptocurrency. Don't do that. If you're willing to do that, figure out how to do it, so that you don't end up in the army. Okay?
You are ready to advise me that don't invest in
I'm ready to advise you,
cryptocurrency, but you want to start
but I don't want. We are not talking about cryptocurrency. We are talking about blockchain. That is where you are wrong. That is where people from across the country वही कहाँ confusion हुआ. मैं blockchain की बात कर रहा हूँ, Bitcoin की बात कर रहा हूँ. I will want you to invest in blockchain. Blockchain has an immense future. Cryptocurrencies does not have a very big future. Blockchain में क्यों? Blockchain में टेक्नोलॉजी है. आज गवर्नमेंट बंदे यार Oracle बैन करते हैं. Oracle डेटाबेस चलेगी बैन करते हैं. कभी गवर्नमेंट बोलेगा ब्लॉकचेन से डेटाबेस. इट्स अ लेजर टेक्नोलॉजी. ब्लॉकचेन का यही तो गलत है. ब्लॉकचेन का क्रिप्टोकरेंसी से सिर्फ इतना रिलेशन है कि फेमस ही वो पहली बार इसलिए हुआ जब बिटकॉइन इंप्लीमेंट हुआ. ब्लॉकचेन अब जैसे Oracle का डेटाबेस आप यूज करके कोई एक एप्लीकेशन बनाते हो और उसको आप देते हो थर्ड पार्टी को, दैट इज एन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ Oracle डेटाबेस. ब्लॉकचेन का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन क्रिप्टोकरेंसी है, लाइक बिटकॉइन एंड इथेरियम एंड 1000 अदर मोनेरो, स्टेलर, 1000 अदर क्रिप्टोकरेंसी. इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का इतना टाइम का खत्म हो गया बस. नाउ इट्स ऑलवेज एडवाइज्ड एंड एजुकेटेड दैट इफ यू स्टिल वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इनटू ब्लॉकचेन और इनटू बिटकॉइन एंड अदर क्रिप्टोकरेंसी, investing in blockchain is a completely different story. Investing in blockchain is like investing in agriculture or a medical knowledge. So investing in blockchain में invest करोगे मतलब क्या करोगे? किसी चीज में करोगे ना. जाके क्या कर सकते हो आप हेल्थ में इन्वेस्टिंग कर सकते हो, किसी कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो, हेल्थ पे काम करोगे, राइट? हेल्थ इज नथिंग, इट्स नॉट अ टेंजिबल एंटिटी, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट ब्लॉकचेन इज. यू कैन इन्वेस्ट इन कंपनीज फॉर वर्किंग ऑन ब्लॉकचेन. अंडरलाइंग टेक्नोलॉजी इज ब्लॉकचेन. दे आर यूजिंग दैट वेरी एप्लीकेशन. अब जैसे बैंक चेन है, SBI बैंक चेन तो बैंक चेन में क्रिप्टोकरेंसी नहीं करता. अगर RBI ने बोला था कि सब कुछ इलीगल है, SBI खुद बैंक होकर थोड़ी ब्लॉकचेन है. That's a digital transaction. So see, your blockchain is a technology. So digital, where I'm telling you where you are confused. So see, when a blockchain, we are talking about a blockchain. Every data that goes on the blockchain comes out of the blockchain. Whatever happens is called a transaction. Does not necessarily mean कि उस पे क्रिप्टोकरेंसी इन्वॉल्व होगा. तो अगर आज SBI बैंक चेन पे ट्रांजैक्शन कर रही है, बिटकॉइन का ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं कर रही है, वो सिंपल ट्रांजैक्शन करिए. आप जब डेटाबेस पे कुछ स्टोर करते हो वो भी तो ट्रांजैक्शन ही होता है. जो आप CRUD एप्लीकेशन करते हो, यू नो व्हाट CRUD इज, राइट? CRUD in databases, CRUD, create, read, update, delete, databases, EDM, databases, right? So when you're doing any CRUD action, it is also called a transaction. तो ब्लॉकचेन में भी कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन का मतलब थोड़ी है कि बिटकॉइन है. दैट इज वेरी कंफ्यूज. दैट इज वेयर यही हुआ था जब RBI का सर्कुलर निकला था. सबको बहुत हैपेसेट हो गई कि यार इलीगल है, नहीं है, क्या है, नहीं है, सबने आधों में बिटकॉइन बेच दिया, बहुत चीज. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड एक्चुअली. दिस कंफ्यूजन वाज नाउ इट वाज इन यू, इट स्प्रेड अक्रॉस द एंटायर कंट्री. मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल who are invested in Bitcoin, right? Sir, जिन्होंने क्लियर किया बिटकॉइन वो सेल कैसे करें? इंडिया में वो ट्रांजैक्शन कर नहीं पाएंगे. फाइंड आउट. You will have to find it out. RBI says that you cannot do that in India, and I cannot tell you on a public forum. But you will have to find it out. But that is going to be illegal, obviously. That is going to be illegal. Now either you go out of the country, do the transaction, and come back with fiat. Only fiat is, so one is digital currency, and other everything else is fiat. Rupee is fiat. अपना जो currency fiat है, euro is fiat. These are the fiat currencies, right? Any paper currency is fiat currency. So you find that out. You go outside, you do a transaction on, you convert your bitcoin into euro or go into any country where we are dealing with people from Germany and everything works there. Perfect. और वहाँ जाके ट्रांजेक्शन करके यूरो लेके वापस आओ या चेक रिपब्लिक जाके चेक करेंसी लेके वापस आओ, उसको इंडियन रुपीज में कन्वर्ट करो, कहीं इलीगल नहीं है। इंडिया में रहके बेचना इलीगल, हाँ इलीगल, बिल्कुल इलीगल। लोकल बिटकॉइन से बहुत ज्यादा इलीगल। पीयर टू पीयर ठीक है, आरबीआई लीगल होना इलीगल नहीं है। मार्च 29 में आई डोंट नो व्हाट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज गोइंग टू से। मार्च 29 में व्हाट माय पर्सनल फीलिंग इज दैट सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज गोइंग टू डिनाई आपका बिटकॉइन या क्रिप्टो करेंसी ट्रांजैक्शन इलीगल है, ठीक है, नहीं हो सकता, बट सो टेक्निकली दैट वे यू आर राइट, पीयर टू पीयर ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहे हैं, बट फिर आप इनकम टैक्स कैसे लगाओगे? आपने अगर किसी को पीयर टू पीयर लोकल बिटकॉइन से जाके बेचा 1000 बिटकॉइन 10 बिटकॉइन कुछ भी बेचा, राइट, तो वो है 10 बिटकॉइन आइडिया क्या बनता है ये बताओ ना। हर एक ट्रांजेक्शन, हाँ इतने की सैलरी थी बता दिया गवर्नमेंट को, इतने का बाहर से कमाया बता दिया, इन्फोसिस से इतना कमाया, इंडिगो से इतना कमाया, लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन या शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन आता है वहाँ से एसओसी एलटीसी करके बता दिया, दैट इज नॉट इलीगल, राइट। बट यार सो टेक्निकली लोकल बिटकॉइन इज इलीगल इन दैट की आरबीआई के सर्कुलर सर बन गए, बट इनकम टैक्स दैट इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, फिगर आउट, right? Figure out. You have to figure out. If you still have cryptocurrency, you have to figure out. Otherwise, keep investing. Keep them interested. सोचो ना, अगर जेपी मॉर्गन ने बोला है कि किसी दिन जाके बिटकॉइन $1 मिलियन का होगा, तो अभी हम चिल्लर में बेच के करोगे क्या? ऐसे भी इतनी परेशानी है, इतने वो है। जब होगा $1 मिलियन का तब चले जाएंगे बाहर जाके बेच के आएंगे। अभी से तो बेटर ही मिलेगा ना। कीप इन्वेस्टिंग, कीपिंग इट इन्वेस्टेड इन बिटकॉइन इज नॉट इलीगल, राइट? वो तो कभी नहीं बोला। देश में रहना बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। आई कैन सेंड यू बिटकॉइन राइट नाउ, बट किसी को गवर्नमेंट को पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि अभिषेक ने स्टूडेंटों को भेजा। दैट इज द पॉइंट। आरबीआई ने मना किया, आरबीआई ने ये भी मना नहीं किया, वही बोला ना, सिर्फ पीयर टू पीयर मना नहीं किया, मैं आपको बिटकॉइन भेज सकता हूँ। Anyway, that's not the topic of discussion. So that is what basically people end up understanding that cryptocurrency सब कुछ है ब्लॉकचेन में। अगर आपको कैरियर, so listen this carefully, listen to this. If you want a career in blockchain, think about blockchain as an underlying technology, not as a means to create cryptocurrencies. Forget cryptocurrencies, वो अलग फील्ड है। क्रिप्टोकरेंसी अलग फील्ड है, इन्वेस्ट करना है, गवर्नमेंट से लड़ना है, जेल जाना है, जो करना है करो। बट आज अगर आपको इफ यू वांट अ फ्यूचर, टॉक अबाउट ब्लॉकचेन, नॉट बिटकॉइंस। So that is usually, in fact, so the last university when I was giving the 2 days lecture at workshop, the first thing I took at least 40 minutes to help people understand that अगले 2 दिन के लिए क्या हमेशा के लिए भूल जाओ कि बिटकॉइन एंड क्रिप्टो ब्लॉकचेन कम्प्लीटली अलग है, क्योंकि लोग नहीं भूल पाते। मैं बहुत टाइम से मैं बहुत लोगों को पढ़ाया है, ये देखा हूं मैं कि पीपल आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम इज, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दे आर स्क्रूइंग विद द कैरियर। आज अगर आपको ब्लॉकचेन इंजीनियर बनना है, मेरा टॉपिक, मेरा पर्पस क्या है, आपको ब्लॉकचेन इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ ले जाए। डिसाइड टू गो होम टुडे वेदर टू लर्न मोर अबाउट ब्लॉकचेन और बिकमिंग अ ब्लॉकचेन इंजीनियर और नॉट। वहां पे क्रिप्टोकरेंसी का तो जिक्र ही नहीं आता। आपको इंजीनियर बनना है, आप बिटकॉइन लोगे करोगे क्या? आपको तो लैंग्वेजेस पढ़नी है ना। आज आपको कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियर बनना है तो आपको जावा पढ़ना है ना, बाकी चीजों का मतलब ही नहीं होगा। आपको PhD पढ़ना है, पाइथन पढ़ना है। सेम इज द केस फॉर ब्लॉकचेन। वांट अ कैरियर इन ब्लॉकचेन, थिंक अबाउट द टेक्नोलॉजी एसोसिएटेड विद दिस अंडरलाइंग टेक्नोलॉजी। ओके, क्रिप्टोकरेंसी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, ठीक है। और एनी क्वेश्चंस? यूज ब्लॉकचेन, ब्लॉकचेन एज अ टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं, करेक्ट? सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एक्सप्लेन एट दैट टाइम। मुझे लगा था कि इंटरेस्ट आएगा जब आई विल बी एबल टू differentiate between cryptocurrencies and blockchain, because otherwise people are always thinking Bitcoin. So when we are talking about implementing blockchain into anywhere, it is about making use of the core concepts, core technology, core characteristics that the blockchain as a technology has. जैसे ट्रांसपेरेंसी हो गई, अब उसका यूज ही यहाँ है। अब जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक्सिस बैंक का डेटाबेस इज बेस्ड ऑन मे बी रिलेशनल डेटाबेस, राइट? और मे बी नो एसक्यूएल डेटाबेस, कोई भी डेटाबेस हो, राइट, बट दे आर सेंट्रलाइज्ड, दे आर नॉट ट्रांसपेरेंट। एक्सेस का डेटा आपको दिखता है क्या? आपको ये नहीं पता होगा कि मैंने आज सुबह क्या ट्रांजेक्शन किया, नहीं पता, ऑब्वियस ही बात है, पेटीएम तक का नहीं पता आपको। सो दे आर नॉट ट्रांसपेरेंट, राइट, दे आर नॉट प्राइवेट, एनोनिमस। Biggest thing in blockchain is that those technologies like NoSQL and RDBMS and all such databases, they are not immutable. They are not immutable. You can even mutate them. You can change data. यही तो हो सकता है ना। आज अगर मुझे यूनिवर्सिटी ने कुछ ग्रेड दिया है, मैं उस डेटा को चेंज कर सकता हूँ जाके, यूनिवर्सिटी चाहती है तो कर सकती है, राइट, वो है। इसी वजह से एज अ थर्ड पार्टी आज आपको अगर इफ यू वांट टू एडमिट टू सम अदर कोर्स, यू वुड हैव ट्रस्ट। हो सकता है कि अब इसकी यूनिवर्सिटी में कुछ किया हो, होता है ना ऐसा। ब्लॉकचेन में दैट थिंग गोज अवे कंप्लीटली। सो व्हेन यू आर इंप्लीमेंटिंग ब्लॉकचेन इन अ पर्टिकुलर यूज केस, यू आर बेसिकली मेकिंग यूज ऑफ सच कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स। ये तो इम्यूटेबल है। मैंने जो यहाँ पे इससे पहले जो मैंने परचेज ऑर्डर का एग्जांपल दिया था, सो अगर मैं जर्मनी से रिसोर्स मंगवाता हूँ 25 लाख का, वहाँ पे लोचा होता है ना, आज के दिन में पता है ना, आपकी बार सुपर की बिल्डिंग चल रही है, वहाँ पे क्या लोचा नहीं हुआ है? बिल्कुल हुआ है। यही तो रोकना है, यही तो व्हाट दिस इज अ गुड यूज केस ऑफ ब्लॉकचेन। सो दैट इज वेयर यू कैन यूज ब्लॉकचेन, यूज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द ब्लॉकचेन वेयर इट इज ट्रांसपेरेंट, इट इज इम्यूटेबल। एक बार जो चला गया हमेशा के लिए रहेगा, वो दिखेगा। आई ट्राई अ टाइम आई ट्राई टू ओपन इट ऑनलाइन एंड शो यू हाउ द ब्लॉकचेन लुक्स, कैसा दिखता है वहाँ पे ट्रांजेक्शन, सब दिखता है। सुबह जितने लोगों ने बिटकॉइन भेजा है या कुछ भी भेजा, वो भी दिखेगा। अब इंटरनेट ट्रांजेक्शन ब्लॉकचेन के वो भी दिख रहे हैं। बिटकॉइन इसलिए क्योंकि बिटकॉइन पब्लिक ब्लॉकचेन है, इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि ब्लॉकचेन इज बिटकॉइन। गॉट इट? बिटकॉइन इसलिए बिकॉज इट्स अ पब्लिक ब्लॉकचेन, वी कैन सी दैट। बैंक चेन इज अ परमिशन ब्लॉकचेन, आई कैन नॉट सी व्हाट एसबीआई इज डूइंग इन एक्सेस। So I think proof of stake. So see, I think Ethereum went under that. I guess a few blocks back. So in blockchain, whenever anything happens, we usually regard it with blocks. कैसे पता चलेगा कब हुआ है? टाइम के हिसाब से नहीं होता है, क्योंकि छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दे रहा हूँ पहले। व्हाट ब्लॉक टाइमिंग इज, एक ब्लॉक बनने में कितना टाइम लगता है? किसी इथेरियम ब्लॉक को, बिटकॉइन ब्लॉक को बनने में 10 सेकंड भी लग सकता है, 1 घंटा भी लग सकता है। 10 सेकंड तो लग ही नहीं सकता, बिटकॉइन को लगती मिनिमम 2-3 मिनट, 5 मिनट, 10 मिनट है, 1 मिनट तो लगता ही। सो whenever a block gets created, so you cannot tell कि हम ये फोक करेंगे, हम ये करेंगे जब 26 तारीख को करेंगे। You will have to specify कि 26 तारीख को नहीं, किस ब्लॉक के बनने पे हम ये चीज करेंगे। So that is a metric, कितना दूर जाने पे करेंगे। So I think few blocks back, I think 2 months back, Ethereum underwent that Constantinople update, right? So Constantinople update, I really forgotten what Constantinople update was. That's a fork. That was a fork. Do you know what fork? Yeah, soft fork, hard fork, user activated fork. ये डिटेल्स कभी और करेंगे। So in underwent a fork, so it has not been able to move to proof of completion या proof of stake completion. Ethereum बहुत टाइम से सोच रहा है proof of stake का कि आना है। In fact, Ethereum's founder, his name is Vitalik Buterin, 24 years of age, pretty smart guy. He has taken stolen the limelight for the last 2 years of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. So Vitalik was working on a protocol called Casper, which would have allowed Ethereum to move from proof of work to proof of stake. But अब Ethereum का ख्याल यह है कि ऐसे डिसीजन इजीली नहीं ले सकते। So the question is actually a bit incorrectly asked. ठीक है? So your question is smart contracts का से जो क्या बोलते हैं क्या? Yes, okay. So थोड़ा सा हमेशा ऐसे टॉपिक क्या है, ठीक है? पढ़ना इस तरह से स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से क्रिप्टोकरेंसी बनते लिखे। क्रिप्टोकरेंसी बनने के लिए तरीका ये है, अगर आप माइनिंग कर रहे हो और ब्लॉकचेन प्रोटोकॉल में, इथेरियम के कोर ब्लॉकचेन प्रोटोकॉल में, इथेरियम यूजेस द एल्गोरिथम फॉर इथेरियम फॉर माइनिंग, या फिर उसके अलावा जो कोर प्रोटोकॉल विटालिक ने लिखा था उसमें मैं लिखा हुआ है कि ये एक्शन करने पे आपका इथेरियम जनरेट होगा और आपको मिलेगा तो ही जनरेट होगा। आप जब बिटकॉइन माइन करते हो, बिटकॉइन ब्लॉकचेन की ब्लॉक माइन करते हो और जहाँ लिखा हुआ है कि अभी 12.5 बिटकॉइन मिलेंगे, माइन होने के बाद ही आपको जनरेट होता है आउट ऑफ थिन है। एंड मैक्सिमम नंबर इज डिमांड एंड सप्लाई बिटकॉइन में इसलिए क्योंकि सबको पता है बिटकॉइन इज एवर गोइंग टू बी 21 मिलियन इन नंबर। जैसे आरबीआई हर साल what they do is they create more Indian rupees, they create more currency based on certain economic rules and specifications, उसी तरह से बिटकॉइन में भी स्पेसिफाई किया हुआ है टोटल बिटकॉइन आर ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी एवर 21 मिलियन ओनली, दैट इज व्हाई दैट डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी, ठीक है। तो स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग, सो he brought into context something called a smart contract. So Bitcoin was first generation of blockchain, it was the first generation blockchain. Ethereum was the second generation blockchain. Why? Because it got to the world a concept called smart contracts. What are smart contracts? Okay, this will I think clear the more relation. Okay, let me try. So what smart contracts are that? They are just plain and simple pieces of code. The same pieces of code that we put on any centralized server to run our website or to run our any systems. Smart contracts are pieces of code. Difference कहाँ? Smart contract goes on a blockchain. That gets run on a blockchain. Normal control R करके command डाल सकते रन हुआ script code का नहीं होता है. Which usually happens in our everyday life across all the websites, right? आपको स्ट्रक्चर जीवन में कुछ कोड रन होता है, आपको चीजें दिखती है. बहुत अलग है क्रिप्टोकरेंसी, छोटे टाइम में नहीं हो सकता है एक्सप्लेन. But so when you specify something into a smart contract, it gets onto the blockchain. Benefit क्या है? So you also know how can we use blockchain in other areas, other sectors. So you can use something called smart contract. When you use that, for example, आज तो Zomato ने वो भी करना बंद कर दिया है, ठीक है. So आज से 2 महीने पहले भी ऐसा करता था कि अगर आपका खाना ठंडा आया है, आपका खाना बेकार आया है, आधे घंटे बाद आया है, जो भी आया है, देखो they would have refunded it to you, right? ठीक है. So but until unless it is Domino's or something, Zomato even though it promises कि 30 मिनट में, 40 मिनट में, 40 to 50 मिनट में हो जाएगा, अगर 1 घंटे बाद डिलीवर करता वापस कर सकते हो, कस्टमर सपोर्ट को लिख सकते हो, राइट? So Deepinder Goyal raised a lot of funding for the last 6 months or so, and he has been sustaining this entire model कि Zomato में आप कस्टमर सपोर्ट को कुछ बोलो, ठंडा खाना भी हो ना तो भी मैं रिफंड करूंगा. अब लास्ट 15-20 दिन से 1 महीने से जो आया पर्सनली नोटिस वो भी बंद कर दिया उन्होंने Zomato में, ठीक है. यू कैन नॉट होल्ड देम अकाउंटेबल. मेरा ट्रस्ट यहाँ खत्म हो गया. आज अगर Zomato would have used a blockchain and would have used it, so this is a pretty basic case. Zomato कभी यूज नहीं करेगी blockchain. उसको केस भी नहीं है, इसको पहले ठीक है. But to help you understand, अगर Zomato यूज करती है blockchain और लिखती है स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जिसमें ये स्पेसिफाइड रहता है that the user will get an instantaneous refund of his money if the order gets delayed even by 1 second. That is when I would have gained trust कि हाँ यार Zomato से ऑर्डर करते क्योंकि यार why? Zomato तो अभी भी बोल रही है बट बंद कर दिया ना करना. ट्रस्ट कैसे करना? पहले अभी Zomato से बोल रही है. स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में Zomato क्या करेगी? लिख देगी एंड विल पुट इट ऑन अ ब्लॉकचेन. व्हेन दैट गोज ऑन अ ब्लॉकचेन ना, इट हैज टू रन. तब Zomato का सीईओ हो, टीम हो, कोई भी कुछ नहीं कर सकता बिकॉज दैट हैज गॉन ऑन टू अ ब्लॉकचेन एज अ स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड ठीक है. सो दैट हैज टू रन. जहां इथेरियम के स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को एक बाहर से फीड आएगा कि इसका ऑर्डर 1 सेकंड से हुआ है, Zomato will not be able to do anything. You will get your refund. That is the use of a smart contract. First of all, what smart contract is? I don't know this question. What smart contracts are? They are pieces of code that go on a blockchain and they run whatever happens. अब तो stop नहीं कर सकते. Also, when we write smart contracts, when our people write smart contracts, you have to be ultra sure that जो लिखा है ना वो सही है. क्योंकि अगेन वही चीज है, बाहर के लिए दुनिया के लिए भी ये ट्रस्ट है कि आप स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के साथ कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो. तो अगर आपके स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कुछ गलती है या क्या मैंने राइट कोड ऐसा नहीं होता है कि हमेशा ऐसा होता है कि हमेशा बग फ्री कोड लिखते हो ना, यू कैन नॉट चेंज इट. एक्चुअली नॉर्मल कोड यू कैन चेंज आफ्टर, राइट? आई गेस एवरीवन राइट्स कोड व्हिच इज बगी. इवन मार्क ज़करबर्ग राइट्स कोड व्हिच इज बगी एट फर्स्ट, राइट? So how to? So you have to be ultra sure to make it sure that whatever smart contract code you are writing, it has to be error free. Ethereum ने टेस्ट नेट्स दे रखे हैं. ऐसे डायरेक्टली होता है कि चला लो मेरे Ethereum पे, बट या यू यूज टेस्ट नेट्स टू मेक श्योर दैट योर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स आर स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स आर बग फ्री. बिकॉज एक बार Ethereum पे चला गया उसके बाद कुछ नहीं होता. उसके बाद वो स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रीडिप्लॉय होता है, पुराना वाला डिस्कंटिन्यू होता है, बट लोगों को लाइफ लॉन्ग पता रहेगा कि Zomato ने ये स्क्रू अप किया था अपने एक पर्टिकुलर स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में जहाँ पे उन्होंने ये गलतियां की थी. इट इज विजिबल, इट इज पब्लिक, इट इज एवरीवन. आर यू कैन रिलेट? इट्स अ बड़ी चीज है. So that is why many businesses won't prefer using this. On the other hand, many businesses will prefer using this to show to their customers ki trust on us. In the last company, I was working with an airline, a very famous airline in India. I'll take the name, SpiceJet. We were working with SpiceJet to help them take the entire refunds of delays and cancellation का जो refund होता है to take it onto blockchain. It would have become the first airline in India to do that. बाहर लोग कर रहे हैं and we were about to do that, but ultimately SpiceJet didn't gather the courage to do it. छोटा स्टेप तो नहीं है, नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा स्टेप है. फ्लाइट डिले होती है, खासकर SpiceJet की तो बहुत डिले होती है, ऐसे तो SpiceJet टूट जाएगा. That is why they got scared. Now see, हमारे साथ they were discussing it with us, but they ultimately backed down. क्योंकि somewhere down the line their board would have understood कि ये करने के वक्त हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. So do you see this? This is real world stories I'm telling you. This has happened, right? So people could not even understand कि इसको कैसे खेलेंगे. और क्योंकि देश में कुछ कर नहीं रहा था तो पैसे टू नहीं. चलिए, so स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से क्रिप्टो करेंसी जनरेट होने में कोई रिलेशन नहीं. मैं स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आप किसकी बात कर रहा हूँ? आईसीओ में होता है. मैं वही बोलने वाला था, आईसीओ में होता है. ठीक है, सो दैट इज वेयर आई गेस थोड़ा सा और पढ़ना पड़ेगा इसको आपको. ठीक है, सो ERC 20 टोकन्स आर इथेरियम बेस्ड टोकन्स. ICO, I showed you here. So this company, esports.com, I was associated with esports.com. They raised 5.8 million euros in their ICO, and they got a cryptocurrency called ERT tokens, in esports reward token. That was an ERC 20 token. They raised 5.8 million euros in that in their public offering. Okay, and so ERC 20 token में स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, वो भी एक स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है. व्हाट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इज ICO. डू यू नो व्हाट ICO? फिर ICO सुना होगा. इनिशियल कॉइन ऑफरिंग, पीपल जनरेटिंग टोकन्स, स्टेलर, इथेरियम की भी ICO है. तभी मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स रिसीव किए थे. हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. सो ओके, सो ICOs यार ये बहुत लंबा कॉन्सेप्ट है. लेट्स लीव इट. ICOs आर लाइक IPOs पता है? इनिशियल पब्लिक ऑफरिंग्स. So, like for example, Indigo wants to issue their shares to the public in the country for the first time. They conduct an initial public offering. अभी ICICI Prudential का हो रहा है, आज हो रहा है. ठीक है, that's an offer to sale. But so similar to that concept, so that is totally regulated. IPOs are totally regulated. ICOs are done by companies who don't want to go to that regulation, but still want to raise money. In return, they give you tokens. Ethereum, esports gave ERC tokens. He's talking about those ERC 20 tokens only. These are pretty deep concepts. You cannot understand them over minutes, right? I take hours to help people understand that, and I still fail in your time. Blockchain technology is pretty deep. So what you're talking about is a particular smart contract application. वो स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लिखी इसलिए जाती है कि वो अगर मेरे पास इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रहा है एज अ स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, तो मैं इन रिटर्न कोड के थ्रू ERT टोकन से कोई भी ERC 20 टोकन जनरेट करके दूं. उसका क्या होगा? बिल्कुल आज इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन की अगर बात करें, ERC 20 टोकन का इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन, ERC कोई भी ERC 20 टोकन जनरेट होती है ना, वो ऑब्वियसली हो जाता है. तो सी ओके, सो इफ आई हैव व्हाट आई डू इज आई ओपन द इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन इन केस ऑफ बिटकॉइन ब्लॉकचेन एंड ओपन द इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन. उस इथेरियम ब्लॉकचेन में हर ट्रांजैक्शन जाता है. आज मैंने अगर आपको इथेरियम ऑन ईथर भेजा, वो भी वहां पे ब्लॉकचेन में दिखेगा, आपको अभी दिखेगा अगर मैं भेजता हूँ. और अगर ERC 20 टोकन कोई कंपनी देती है, वो भी वहां दिखता है, सेम ब्लॉकचेन. और उस ब्लॉकचेन पे कुछ भी जाना हो, उसके लिए माइनिंग होनी जरूरी है. माइनिंग का मतलब नहीं आईडी ब्लॉक टू द ब्लॉकचेन, पूरा प्रोसेस सेम होता है. सो योर क्वेश्चन आंसर इज दैट यस, एवरीथिंग गोज अंडर स्टेक. जो भी कंसेशन मैकेनिज्म उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोटोकॉल में डिफाइन है. बिटकॉइन जैसा प्रूफ ऑफ वर्क, कोई और होगा जिसपे डेलीगेटेड प्रूफ ऑफ स्टेक होगा, राइट? एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम? Yeah, sure.